Hi girls. So today we want to learn how to find the equation of another line if you're given a certain line. Okay, so let's just get straight into the question. It says find the equation of the line that is parallel to that and has a y-intercept of 4. So let me explain what that means. So let's label y-intercept of 4. That means it goes through here. Y-intercept of 4 means it goes through 4 on the y-axis. And the line that is parallel to that is this. Okay, so they want you to find the equation of that blue line. Okay, as you can see, it's parallel to the black line and it goes to y-intercept of 4. So that's what we need to find the equation of. So in order to do that, the first thing you gotta do is get the number in front of x in the equation because that's a gradient. And remember, if the line is parallel to another line, the gradient number is the same. Okay, so the blue line has also the gradient of 2. So we've got the gradient. Now, what's the coordinate of y-intercept of 4? What's the coordinate of that? As you can see, that's 0 and 4. Okay, because remember that's 0 and then 4. So using the gradient and the coordinate, what you do is now plug it into the point gradient formula which we've been using, and then you'll get your equation for the blue line. So let's do that. So we've got, so this is your x1, y1. So I've got y minus, my y1 is 4. My gradient is 2, bracket x minus my x1 is 0. Okay, once you've done that, let's just simplify now. Okay, and it doesn't say to leave it in any specific form, so I'm going to leave it in gradient intercept form. So I'm going to make y the subject, bring that to the other side. So that's your answer. Okay, so this is the equation of the blue line. All right, so that's what you need to do. You need to find the gradient and then find the point and then use point gradient formula. So let's do the same thing in question 1D. Now what you'll notice the difference in this question is y is not the subject in this question, okay? Whereas there, y was the subject. So we need to do that in order to find the gradient, okay? So let's do that. So I need to make y by itself. So let's get rid of this plus 2x to the other side. Then that gives me minus y equals 6 minus 2x. Now you don't want the minus in front of the y. So in order to get rid of the minus, all you need to do is just swap the signs of the signs on the other side. So instead of plus 6, it becomes minus 6. Instead of minus 2x, it becomes plus 2x. That's the easiest way to change the sign if you want to get rid of the minus. So let's rewrite this so that x comes first and then the number comes second. So this is the equation we want to read off. So from here, as you can see, the number in front of x is the gradient. So my gradient is 2 and I've been given the coordinate. So now all I need to do is just sub it into the point gradient formula. So let's do that. So remember, this is x1, y1. So y minus 2. The gradient is 2. X minus 5. So this is y plus 2 equals to 2x minus 10. And if I bring the plus 2 to the other side, that's 2x minus 12. So that would be your answer to this question, okay? So you've got to rearrange this so that y comes first and then read the number in front of x. Now question 2 is slightly different. Let's have a look. Question 2, find the equation of a line that is perpendicular to that and it goes through the x-axis of 4. Okay, so when it says something is perpendicular, okay, so this is a graph of y equals to 3x minus 1. What they want us to find is a line that goes through x-axis at 4. So let's label that. So that means this is the x-axis and let's say this is a point 4 there. It has to go through that, and if it's perpendicular to that, that means it looks something like this. Okay, we need to find the equation of this blue line that is perpendicular to the black line. So perpendicular means it makes a right angle with the other graph. Okay, so in order to do that, start with the same thing. First of all, the gradient here is 3, but because we want the perpendicular gradient, okay, remember from a few lessons ago, remember this 3 is the same thing as writing 3 over 1. If I want the perpendicular gradient to that, swap them around, that's 1 over 3, and then put a minus in front. So that's the gradient we want to work with now. And now we've got that. Now we also need the point. So what's that point right there? The coordinate is 4 and 0, yeah? Okay, so we're going to work with these two. So just keep that in mind. If it says y-intercept of 4, the coordinate is 0 and 4. But if it's x-axis or x-intercept at 4, the coordinate is 4 and 0. Okay, so that's how you can read the coordinate. So we've got those two. Let's plug it in there. So, do it in black. So this is x1, y1. So y minus 0 equals to the gradient minus 1 over 3, bracket x minus 4. Alright, so we got now y equals, that's nothing, minus 1 over 3x, and minus 1 over 3 times that is plus 4 over 3. Okay, so that you could leave your answer like this. Alright, let's do the same thing for question 2D. Same question, find the equation of another line that is perpendicular to that and goes through that. So if it's written like this, remember you want to separate it. So this is the same thing as writing x over 3, or keep in mind that's 1x over 3, and that is minus x over 3, which is just minus 2. So we've got that. So the gradient is the number in front of x, which is a third in this case, but if I want the perpendicular gradient to that, flip these two around, that's just 3 over 1, or just 3, and put a minus. So the gradient you want to work with is basically is just minus 3. Alright, so I won't go further. That's your gradient, that's your point. Plug it into the point gradient formula and do the same step as what I've been doing all this time. Alright, let's have a look at question 2f just as a guide as well. So once again, you've got an equation like this, so you need to rearrange it so that you got you got the y by itself. So the easiest way for me to do that is just simply to bring minus y to the other side, because if I do that, I'll have 3x minus 9 left on the other side, and with just positive y on the other side. And that's it. Let's just rewrite this so it's like this. Okay, so there you go. That's all you need to do. Find the gradient from here. So once again, the gradient is 3. The gradient perpendicular to that would be minus 1 over 3. And then you got the coordinate, plug it in there, you'll get your answer. Okay? I now want to go through question 4 as a little guide to help you get through question 3 and 5 on your own. Let's have a look at question 4. 4a, find the equation of line h in the diagram. So I've drawn it up here. So as you can see, if I want to find the equation of the blue line, remember you need two things, the gradient and the point. The gradient's given, alright? What's the point though? As you can see, it goes to that point right there, 3 and 2. So I'll leave it as it is there. Do the same thing as what I've shown you on the other side. Question B, find the gradient of the line J, which is perpendicular to H, so the one in red. So that's pretty simple. The gradient of H is that. So if I want to find the perpendicular to that, you once again reciprocate it and put a minus, and what would that be? Just minus 3, yeah? And then find the equation of the line J. So you've got the gradient and you've got the same point, 3 and 2. Do the same thing, use a point gradient formula. Alright, which is basically question C. Okay girls, that should be enough to get you through this exercise. Give the rest of the questions a go and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.